What is up? What's up, everybody? This is Mark the Mike, and this is another Shell Shock podcast by Red Cycle Inc. I am Mark the Mike. I'm joined by Tenacious T.
Yes, I am
Tatuap,
in the building.
man with many, many
Tatuap.
names.
I was gonna fill that in for you.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
kind of
you
like
got it.
my calling card now. The man with a million names.
Yes,
I'm excited for this cast today.
me too. Catch up, everyone. We're back. Wow, Shell Shock, and we have been watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2003 series, and we are up to season 3. This was originally on Fox Kids. It ran for quite some time. It had like a total of eight seasons. So we're on season 3. We were excited to talk about it because the season was pretty dope.
Yeah, no, it definitely was amazing. It's funny because this whole time I've been thinking it was Nickelodeon, but
Yeah.
it definitely does have that Fox cartoon vibe. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Where
okay.
it was more on the edge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Fox always had like the edgier cartoons than Nickelodeon did back in the day. So
So what's gonna happen with this series, and I'm gonna tell like just because it's gonna happen because you're gonna end up seeing it. So Fox Kids had the rights to this cartoon. Well, they did season 1 through 4. After season 4, they were like, we want it to go more towards kids. So they kind of do a revamp of the show, and then it's called Fast Forward, which is still part of this series, but it's titled Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Fast Forward. And it goes kind of has like a kid sidekick and things like that, and there's gonna be a lot of kid nuances, things that probably gonna annoy you in that one. And then it goes back into kind of like this, but it's just a later version of it.
okay.
But
Well,
yeah,
as long as it doesn't go too kiddie, because so
yeah.
far, and I said this to you at work, this is by far the best animated Ninja Turtles to date that we've seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That even the 1988. Don't get me wrong, the first couple of seasons were really good, but like overall feel and flow of the show, this is by far like better than that one. You know what I mean? Which we don't really have too much to go off of in this
yeah.
moment in time.
Well,
We only got that
yeah,
this.
yeah. So I have watched 2012 as well, but the two series that we have watched already, yeah, it's way better than.
I've seen the first 10 episodes when it first aired in 2012.
Yeah,
So I do have a little recollection of it, not much, but I'm excited
yeah,
when we do get to that. So
yeah.
right now
So
I'm enjoying it thoroughly, and it's a very easy watch, and it flows very nicely, and it's entertaining, and it feels like the real essence of Ninja Turtles. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I agree with that. All right, so before we go into the season, I just want to give some NECA cartoon turtle news. Well, turtle news in general because there's quite a few things that has been um has been announced. So first of all, first things first. I think next month debuts the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Street Fighter comic book.
So there's a comic book of Street Fighter and Ninja Turtles together.
Yeah,
Okay, that's pretty cool. That would actually be pretty fun. I actually didn't even know that was happening.
yeah, it comes out next month. The first issue releases I think the second week of next month. Then the one other one that got announced recently, which I just showed you the picture today, was earlier today, was Stranger Things is teaming up with Ninja Turtles, and they're gonna have an IDW comic as well.
Which I'm surprised they haven't done already. They already have a toy line out, you know?
Same thing with Street Fighter. They have a toy line now. Now they have the comic.
I know. I
So
just I just don't understand. Like I understand like the picture. Like we can post that out on the Red Cyclone Inc.
yeah, it's up there.
Instagram and Facebook page and stuff like that. It's the Stranger Thing kids, and then the turtles are in the Upside Down. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. I felt like that was it threw me off a little bit. It's like is that them in the Upside Down and they're the Ninja Turtles, or like I don't you know what I mean? But obviously my thought process at that time, I must have been really tired when I was thinking that.
yeah.
It's been a long week.
Well, so Turtles have teamed up with a lot of people over the years, especially IDW Comics. They own a lot of rights to different brands. So we have seen Ghostbusters and Turtles team up. We have seen Batman and Turtles team up. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. I'm interested in seeing it. I want to see what how the especially because most likely is gonna be the '80s turtles, so it's gonna they're gonna kind of act like the cartoonish kind of turtles than anything
Yeah,
else, and
the overly upbeat
yeah.
tempoed Ninja
But
Turtles.
the cool thing is about that is the fact that right now there's a comic book called Turtles '88 Adventures, which is based on no, it's Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures, and is based on the cartoon series. So basically, they've been having a current comic book based on the cartoon series, and this is actually quite good. And it's pretty funny. I'll send you the. I think I have the first issue on the Comixology. If I don't have it, I'll re-download it to it.
Man, sounds good.
Yeah.
I need some more comic book material. We're currently reading for our morphing cast and everything like that. So I haven't had time to read too much of anything else. And there's a lot of stuff going on in the comic book
Oh
world as
man.
well. Isn't Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles still going?
Yeah. We're at issue 4 as well.
Okay. So
So
of the second part, right?
yes, it's pretty good so far
First part.
too.
No, yeah, the first part was awesome. And go and check out our cast of that movie
Yes.
or a show.
Well,
I forget was it a
no, we did the
movie or
comic.
show? Oh yeah, we did do the comic.
He
My
did
bad.
review the
But they
comic,
did
the
they
first
did a
series.
they did no, that was Batman
That was
that they did.
Batman. Yes.
Okay, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are the things coming out, and the last but not least, they announced the next wave of cartoon turtles, which I been collecting dreadfully, but I have. um, Shout outs to Eric because he's the one that finds a lot of them. You find them all between you and him, and I got John Strand actually finding me some. I got the set so far. Um, they're coming out with the Napoleon Colossus, which is the giant frog. They have Bugman, which I think is going to be a separate character. I think is going to be a single figure as well. And I think the next 2 pack is going to be Space Adventure Donatello and Space Adventure Usagi Yojimbo.
All right.
Which
Well,
you know.
I already know the lookout for that because anybody who's listened to the cast knows that the mic over here loves Yosagi Yojimbo.
Yeah.
So
Oh, and last but not least, and one of my favorite things that came out this week, no, last week was the Turtles and Usagi Yojimbo comic, the new team up that came out
yeah,
last week.
I'm excited for that. I actually want to read that as well, and
Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of good things about the Yosagi Yojimbo's comic right
Oh, I
now.
love his comic.
Um, one thing that recently happened with me, which I'm very happy about, is I was able to track down, finally in hands, the Splinter Van Helsing of the Monster
Nice.
series, which is phenomenal. And shouts out to Straw Hat Ty, who
Yeah,
is
Tyler.
one of the co-hosts of the Popcorny podcast. He actually just got me uh, an additional second Raphael Frankenstein, and I will be opening that up live tomorrow.
Nice.
I know by the time people hear this cast, tomorrow will be long and gone, but
Yeah, yeah.
go and check that out. We will be putting that out on the Popcorny podcast, 1975 Instagram page, also on his TikTok as well, where we're gonna try and venture off onto YouTube, showing all this stuff. But it's
Cool.
excited. I'm so excited to actually open up one of the monsters, man,
Yeah.
because out of all the toy lines that are going out around right now, like, to me, this is like one of the biggest ones that I've been searching for
Yeah.
because they're nowhere to be found. You can find Frankenstein, and you can find April,
Yeah.
um, Bride of Frankenstein, easily. I have never seen. I think I've seen Leo once, which he's the Hunchback. I've seen him one time on the stands,
Yeah.
and I saw Mikey at that toy store. Um, it's like OK Toys or something like
Oh,
that
okay.
in
Yeah, yeah.
Haven Mall, which is next to one of the
Well,
corridors by Game On Retro Video Game Arcade.
well
So
we found
anyway,
Leo for you at FYE.
yes, as well.
That was your birthday gift.
But these are yes, and I appreciate it
Yeah, yeah.
100%. Um, but they're Target exclusives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Target doesn't have them on the end cap right now. They have a million Frankenstein's and a million brides. Like, you can't
So
find them nowhere.
right now, as of this month, they're not exclusive. You're gonna start seeing them again in FYE. You're gonna start seeing them more in other places.
Okay, well, the only places you can find them in, like Walmart, or like in in the tech TV area. They're
Yeah.
not down any aisles. For anybody out there who's avid toy buyers like us, there are two different sections to Walmart where you can buy toys.
Yeah. So you got the Van
But
Helsing. I got one that you don't have, which is I got the Donatello.
I know I'm really jealous. I'm really
Yeah, I
jealous
got
because
the invisible.
Donatello is my
Yeah.
favorite.
So I got
Yeah, Van
them.
Helsing looks amazing though. He truly does.
Yeah. So I got the Invisible Man Donatello. That one looks pretty sick. It has like a translucent shell. You actually see like pizzas and gadgets inside its shell and shit. It's actually pretty cool. It has like multiple heads, and I'm digging it. It looks pretty dope so far.
I feel it. I feel it.
So
I saw them in person at Comic Con, and I still
yeah,
have the picture at Comic Con, so I know what every single one of them looks like.
I
It's
think
just like the
well,
box makes it so much better. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like it really does.
The only one that we don't know what's gonna look like, and they kind of announced it already, but like secretly they kind of just had it in their product line, is Dracula Shredder.
Dracula Shredder. I'm looking in my photos right now to see
He
if
wasn't in there.
Shredder. I'm just making sure because I just do still have all my photos from Comic Con. You know what I mean? And no, all I see is Casey Jones.
Yeah, Casey Jones was the
Yeah,
last one they showed.
Michelangelo looks dope as hell.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah, so yeah, no, they did not announce it. They did not show it at all. But I do have a photo right here, and I can post it on Red Cycling Inc. Facebook page,
and then
so everybody can get a glimpse.
the last things I grabbed was I got the Grunt and Jersey Red. That was from Eric. I got
I just don't see
sh-
the appeal in the henchmen, man. They're not like I don't understand why I understand they need product to put out and
yeah,
stuff like that, but like who the hell remembers these fucking henchmen?
someone that's fucking sick in the head like me. Like I fucking know exactly where they came from. So
I understand it. I do too. Like when I
yeah,
see them, I recognize them, and I'm like, but the appeal to me, like NECA is killing the game with the Ninja Turtles, but then
yeah.
like I feel like they're running out of ideas, and we're
No, they're
still
not.
waiting for
I
one
haven't got a
needed
Donatelli.
character. I know that's what I was just saying. We're still waiting for it. But like, how many more,
Yeah,
characters are they gonna run through? You know what I mean? You're gonna have random professors and
yeah,
the Time Watch dude, and you know what I mean? Like, it's getting a little too much, man.
yeah. So yeah, I got
How
Grunt.
about they start re-releasing the ones that we can't find anymore, like
Yeah,
Casey Jones and April.
yeah. Those
You
are
know what I
hard.
mean? Like,
Yeah,
exactly. So re-release them so that people stop price gouging it all the way up and makes it. I don't want to spend $300 on a toy that was $50.
yeah,
I mean, I did sell, I did sell
yeah.
a couple, so I did benefit from it. I ain't gonna lie.
So I got Jersey Red and Grunt from Eric. I got John Strand. He got me the tall thug and short gangster. That's just a funny name. And then he also found Eric also found me Mona Lisa and that turtle version of Craven the Hunter that was talked by the guy that talks Pete from Goof
Yeah,
Troop. Yeah,
I remember that was in the later seasons.
yeah. He got me that one as well. So those are my updates
So
of what I got for turtles.
it's good to have an ace in the hole like Eric, who
Yeah,
actually
man.
works at Target and can hold shit. He just hooked me up with the because Amazon screwed me over for my 12-inch Batman figure of Michael Keaton in the Flash movie,
Yeah,
and then he ended up just buying it for me. It's like now I'm in debt. Now I gotta pay him fucking $50,
yeah,
$54. But at the same time, I'm grateful for it. So
yeah.
shouts out to him always.
Now you need that Batmobile. I'm just saying.
Oh man. I mean, right now you can get the Batwing. You can get that.
Fuck. Who wants the Batwing?
I know nobody does, but well, I'm not saying nobody. I don't. It doesn't look appealing. It looks a
Yeah.
little cheesy to me, but the Batmobile does look fire.
I was looking at the Batmobile and I'm just looking at my Bat Mikey and I'm like, I just want that for him.
Wait, I want to open that up along with the Ghostbusters popcorn thing that we did when we saw the new
Yeah,
Ghostbusters
yeah,
together.
yeah.
Because I still
See your
got that. I
bat.
still never opened it up.
See your battery still works. Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I haven't even opened it, so
the battery's still good.
I'm a purist, man. I don't like to play with my toys. I just like to look at them.
Yeah, I don't. I'm getting to the point that I want to just start opening them just to make space and be able to like fit them better
Yeah, no,
because it's gonna
I
be
feel you. I
ridiculous.
want to get some showcases and stuff like that
Yeah,
because once I open them, they're never going anywhere. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I won't even have the opportunity to sell them anymore,
You'd be
and I don't ever
surprised.
want to be pressured into that.
Yeah, same here. So let's get into the season. This is season three of TMNT 03. Um, theme song is still the same as the first three seasons. I was telling you like after this season they kind of do a little changes to the theme song. So I'll say like when you go start season four, whenever we do it, um, listen to at least the listen to the beginning of the theme song first, just because there's some little Easter. There's some little things to continuation to the next season.
It's a catchy theme song. I like it, and from what I know, it's changing next season, so I'm probably gonna be really upset about that.
It's almost exactly the same. They changed some of the wording of when they talk about the turtles, but I was telling you that instead of Shredder going "Watch out for Shredder," is Mikey dancing with his helmet like we shred the Shredder.
Okay. Because at the end of this season, we find out
Yeah.
what goes down with Shredder, and
Oh,
we will get there as
yeah.
soon as we do.
So let's kick this off. Season three. We have episode one, two, and three. It's called Space Invaders, and they have its three parts. It starts off straight out action, straight out story, and I think that's the way you start the season off right. You start with a
Yeah.
straight out fucking story, and the story continues throughout the next three episodes as well, because Worlds Collides continues it. So pretty much one, two, and three is the Triceratons take over New York, aka the world, because New York is the world to them.
Yeah.
Um,
Even though we've been other places in the world,
yeah,
this is the world.
and they pretty much take over. The Triceratons take over. The turtles are defeated, technically.
Well, this is all because of the professor.
Yes.
The professor who implemented his consciousness inside of this android.
Fugitoid.
He had what's up?
Fugitoid. That's his name.
Yeah. He he put his consciousness inside there, and like he took the capability. Like he had like a thing that was inside him that they were all hunting him down, and his last traces was on Earth. So the Triceratons came to Earth to basically not necessarily conquer it, but to find him, and that was the primary goal. Like they didn't want to. Their original intention was not to do it, but they were search and seek for this droid.
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah, and I agree. This is how you start a season off,
yeah.
1,000%.
So like first six episodes like balls to wall, just like straight story. They turtles losing, then they actually get the advantage and actually get back their world and everything like that. Then we get introduced to Agent Bishop towards the ending.
Which I like Bishop. I think
Bishop
he's a
was a cool
cool character.
character. Yeah,
He's a badass. Like he didn't give a fuck about anybody.
yeah, and he looked like Agent Smith.
Oh yeah, he was definitely like made in his likeness, a thousand
Yeah,
percent. He had his mannerisms like monotoned. He knew he was the shit.
yeah.
And
So
that was what Touch and Go.
yeah,
Touch and Go. I actually liked them as characters too. I thought like they were both like electrically charged, and one charged up the other, so the other one got powered up. So they had to finish. They had to stop the one from charging to get the other one, so they can't touch. It was
yeah,
actually a pretty decent episode. I enjoyed it.
yeah. So we go to so 1 through 6 is pretty much like straight out action. Is again the world getting taken over, then defeating the Triceratons, getting introduced to Agent Bishop, the Fugitoid, and everything else going into that crazy ass thing. I recommend just watching it because it's balls to the wall action, and that's how you want to start a season.
100%. Yes.
We go to episode 7. Um,
That's the
Raph
touch and go. That's what I was
Yeah,
just talking
that was
about.
the one you were just talking about. So I go to episode 8, and a big game hunter searches the sewers for a fabulous giant crocodile, at which he runs into an emotionally unstable Leatherhead, who has lived
Yeah.
in Turtle's lair.
I gained more respect for Leatherhead this season. Like I felt like he had a better role than he was portrayed in the '88 series.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
Like because he's just a mutant like them. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
So one thing I'm gonna say early and like that, the Leatherhead relationship kind of goes into 2012 as well.
Okay.
Like he's Mikey's friend.
Spoiler alert.
He likes Mikey a lot. Mikey's the one that kind of like helps him. Like he knows who Mikey is because Mikey never judged him for what he was, and he was able to become friends with him.
I mean, how many times in this series was he called a freak? I'm pretty sure every single episode Leatherhead was called a freak.
Yeah, they beat
You know
your
what I mean?
ass.
Like that's a brolic crocodile right there. You know what I mean?
Like yeah,
I don't know anybody in their right mind that would want to mess with that. So
people too many of them did, and then they fucked around and found out. The next episode is HAET, which is hate. Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael came across a band of crazy, heavy-armed, alien-hating survivalists bent on delivering a detonated thermonuclear device in New York City.
So finally, we get a universe in the Ninja Turtles where they're not surprised there's aliens in every single episode. Oh my God, it's an alien attack. We didn't know. I'm pretty sure every single episode in '88
Yeah.
that pertained to aliens, it was a shock that there's aliens out there. Every episode had fucking aliens in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like finally we get a universe of like conscious people. Like it's to the point where like, hey, there's these renegade people. Like they're like doomsday cult. You know what I mean? That's basically what they are, and they're out to try and stop everything. So
I actually
I
like
thought
this.
that was awesome. That's
That was
the first
actually
thing
fun.
that I thought about is finally they acknowledge there's aliens, and it's not a surprise anymore.
Yeah. This is actually one of my highlight episodes as well. The next
Me
one
too.
is Nobody's Fool. Nobody's Fool. When Michelangelo and Leonardo are out getting a little air, they come across a Cape Crusader who ends up saving their lives. Then the turtles actually land up saving his. The turtles soon learn that his really a cop who is out to get the man who ruined his career.
Yes, this is what was the name of the superhero dude?
Nobody.
Nobody.
His name was Nobody. Yeah.
His name is Nobody.
Because in the last words in the episode was, "I am the Nobody."
Dum dum dum. But yeah, no, Michelangelo has a cape. You know what I mean?
I love the Turtle Titan. When he does his little get up with the Turtle Titan, he did it with the Titan, which was like their Earth's version of Superman, and then he did it over here. You actually see him with the Turtle Titan later on in the series as well. But I always dug his little superhero costume and things like that. That was actually one figure I think I still have too.
I just dug that, in their universe there's comic book superheroes that they love, you know what I mean? It's like they're real life teenagers and they're reading real comics, just like in last season.
Yeah.
With the team that was supposed to be fake.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? And it ended up being real because they couldn't find that one issue.
Yeah.
That one issue never happened.
Yeah.
Like I remember that. It was super cool. There was a lot of hints to a lot of comic book stuff. Like I've seen a lot of similarities in like the MCU. Like I feel like the MCU took certain things from this show. And there's one specific episode later in the season that I'll point out that is verbatim one of like the thesis of an entire Marvel movie, and we'll get to that soon.
And then the Cape Crusader, the character Nobody, he was pretty much Batman of that world.
Yeah.
Probably not as rich though, because he was a former cop, so they ain't rich.
Yeah, they don't make no money. Not in the early 2000s, anyway.
We get the episode 11's The Lesson. April asks the Turtles to help perfect her ninjutsu skills. But the Turtles are reluctant to do so and recount a story about how they once tried to take a student under their wing and they just weren't prepared to be teachers. Which we line up seeing that they trained Casey Jones and they failed on him.
But they never, still to this day, don't even know that it was Casey Jones. Casey Jones never told them.
He hasn't changed his shirt in like 10 years.
Yes, but Casey Jones also didn't even know that they were turtles. They were like, yo, like, all four of them took turns trying to train him. So, like, he was a monster. He was so confused. There's, like, one person's telling me to do this. The other one's trying to tell me to be calm. The other one's like, yo, plot 3 steps ahead. The other one's telling me not to think about it. Like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
I like this episode. It made me laugh.
And it was cute to see the turtles young. You know what I mean? And, like, trying and like disobeying Splinter, and
Yeah.
every time Splinter would look for them, like one of them was missing.
Yeah.
He's like, "Where's Leonardo?" He's like, "Oh, he's on the couch." And then he's walking over. He's like, "Leonardo," and he's not speaking. And then all of a sudden he hops in, like, "Oh, I must have dozed off watching television." Or Raphael was in the shower or
Yeah.
something like that. He's like, "You shower with your mask on?" Like, yeah, it cleans my mask at the same time. It was a good episode. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that.
I liked it. We got the Christmas aliens. The Christmas aliens. It was Christmas is supposed to be a time of giving and not taking, but when a dangerous gang of thieves hijack a truck full of holiday toys on its way into orphanages, it's time for Michelangelo to start passing out some season beatings. Season beatings. I like this episode. I thought it was cute.
It was nice. It was. I
And
don't remember it in its entirety, but I do remember bits and pieces of it.
yeah, so Mikey was out.
I think this was an episode that I was driving to and watching.
Yeah, so he found a little cat, and he didn't want him to be alone, so he was able to capture the cat, and so he was going through it, and the gang was going. There was a gang whole shit going on while he was trying to save the cat. So he lines up fighting everyone and stuff like that, and they line up stealing toys from the orphanage and stuff like that. So when he gets back and he got the back lay, everyone's waiting for him to eat and things like that. Mikey was like, "Hey, we should all go spend Christmas with the orphanage," and that's what he did. And he brought the cat there and everything like that. And it was a nice little happy ending.
It was cute.
And you had like the Titan there and shit like that. Like you see the family that the turtles build throughout the last two seasons.
Yeah. I'm just looking ahead right now, seeing where we're at on this
Number
list. Right,
13.
episode
Number
13.
13
Yeah.
is the New Blood. New Blood is the savior of New York City, or Rokusaki, has another face, the Shredder. The turtles stumble upon the Shredder's real reason of why helping New York. This is some Lex Luthor shit, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah, no, it really was like, yo, like I'm leaving and I'm leaving um what Karai, right?
Yeah,
That's that episode.
yeah,
And then he's trying to do a getaway into space.
yeah.
Is that
No,
episode?
no, no,
No,
no.
that's
This
not
is
that
when
episode. That's
he
later.
so the New York is kind of destroyed because of the aliens
Oh
attacks and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that. So he's putting the money to build the city back up and shit like that.
yeah.
But
He's looking like the golden boy.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. And then this is pretty much planning his plot for the ending of the game, the ending of the series.
Yeah, and I totally got mixed up with that, which it makes sense later on in that episode of why that was
Yeah.
happening. So
We have the Darkness Within. The Darkness Within, with the Angels brothers disappearing in the Wall Street area, the Turtles jump to her to help her. Turns out that as a result of all the distraction and the invasion, an ancient warrior has been stirred.
I don't remember this episode at all.
Me
To
either.
be honest.
I'm kind of blanked with this one.
It was one of the filler
Yeah,
episodes, like it didn't pertain to like a real story besides the fact, as I'm reading right now, that it does pertain to the destruction of the city and stuff. So
yeah.
that I don't know what to say about it.
I did like this one. Mission of Gravity. This one is Mission of Gravity. The Shredder sends Stockman and Hun on a quest to retrieve the anti-gravity generators from the city of Beijing, which is still floating in the upper atmosphere thanks to the Triceratons.
So now this episode is what I was talking about. That was straight, literally Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
They were going to destroy the planet by dropping Beijing down on the Earth and causing a catastrophic event.
yeah,
That literally made me feel like Marvel took this from them.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like literally, I'm pretty sure it's happened a million times over in different things and stuff like that. But like, this really felt like Age of Ultron.
Nice.
And then they ended up putting the city backwards. You know what I mean? Like the one temple thing was where the sun rose up, but it was on the west side this time instead of the east side.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was a good episode. I enjoyed it.
yeah.
A lot of good episodes.
Yeah, the Eternity blows. The Eternity blows. The Eternity is as kind of awkward, awakened through a rare primarity alignment and harnessing a great power they possess to start shifting the tectonic plates in order to bring back their world. So this is kind of fuck. What was the movie? So pretty much they were like gargoyles in a way. Like they were like captured,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then they were waking and stuff like that.
It's like Hollow Earth theory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they cracked open and then they were like, all right, we're gonna turn our world back to the way it used to be. You know what I mean?
So the next ones. So I will say the season finale from 17 all the way to the season finale. They all kind of connect.
Well, yeah, it inches up, but the last six really,
Yeah.
really
So
brought
the
it to a
next
whole other
one
level.
is time travelers. Travelers. The turtles get stuck in time into a time traveling adventure by the somewhat vapid and totally cute Rennet appearance Timestress. She came in during the time of Kirby's episode as well. So she came back and pretty much she pretty much like was supposed to clean the freaking tower and she didn't clean it right. She was playing with the she was playing with the scepter and it wound up getting everyone all fucked up. So just because of her ass didn't want to clean, they all got kind of fucked over.
I'm not gonna say what I was just thinking. I will leave it at that right there. Because I was gonna say something foul that our female listeners might not appreciate, and I'm not
So
like that.
yeah, so seven. All right, see, episode 18 is probably one of my top fives as well. I actually really like this episode. This is Hun on the Run. Hun on the Run. Hun will always be been loyal to many failures and tarnishes in his relationship with his master. But when Karai is captured by Bishop, the Shredder gives Han a mission in which he can redeem himself, save Karai, or bring her back alive. This episode was pretty dope.
This episode really showed you what Bishop was about.
Yeah.
Bishop is a brute motherfucker. You know what I mean? He did not play, and what you call it? Hans, like, he keeps failing Shredder. I don't understand why he keeps giving him so much more credit than what he deserves. Because he torments the shit out of Baxter,
He hates
which we
Baxter,
didn't
that's
even
why.
add that Baxter literally started off as it started off in this season as a brain inside a capsule in like a water and like a projected head, and then he finally gets like an animatronic body, like an
But he still has a
android body,
projected
but
head.
but still has a projected head, which is fucking awesome. But it's like, good for you, Baxter Stockman. You finally got yours. You got a
Hey,
body back.
I love the jealousy he has too.
Yeah, no,
He
he
was
definitely
so
does.
funny with that shit.
But he's also trying to two-time Shredder all the time.
Yeah, and then he don't
He's
learn his
always has
lesson.
alternate meanings of what he's doing.
Cause even in the end, he fucking two times he fucking fucks him over again.
He's like, I'm tired of the. Yeah, he's like, which is straight out of Jurassic Park. But
Yeah.
you didn't say please or something like that.
But this was a really action-packed episode. This was actually a episode that you kind of saw Hun kind of take the starting role in this episode.
Yeah, but also you saw, because Karai has a weird relationship with the turtles.
Yeah.
Karai is overly loyal to the Shredder, but like simultaneously helps the turtles out at the same time. But she only does that when she feels like there's a lot of people that are unfairly going to get hurt or killed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she defies Shredder, but at the same time doesn't. You know what I
She,
mean? So like the turtles don't know, especially Leo.
yeah.
They don't know. And this pertains to this episode. Don't know. Like, they're like, screw her. You know what I mean? Leo's like, no, she saved our lives last time. We have to save her now. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, but at the same time, she's always like fighting them.
Yeah.
It's just like it's a dysfunctional relationship.
Yeah. Leo. It's because of Leo, mainly because of Leo. That
Trustworthy as
they
motherfucker.
tried to help her and stuff like that. The next episode is 19, the reality check. The reality check. Ultimate Draco is back and he's causing all sorts of chaos with the Time Scepter. He sends the turtles spinning through time. This one was the superhero one when we actually see the versions of the turtles as superheroes. Uh, I guess Leonardo was the electric one. Donatello was the one with the whip that he flew with the whip. Raphael was the big Hulk-like one, but he also could shrink and shit. And then the Muckman looking one was Michelangelo.
For everybody out there that don't know who Ultimate Draco is the son of the was the originator of the tournament that
Yes,
Michelangelo so eloquently multiple times in this season mentioned that he was the champion. You know what I mean?
as he
Because he's the
should.
ultimate. Exactly, he definitely should.
Should
And
brag about it as much as you can.
Raphael hates it all the time, but
Yep.
like he was the guy that tried to double cross and like swindle the whole tournament,
Yeah.
and then he got blipped out. I forget how, but he got blipped out,
Yeah. He
and
he
then comes
combined.
back as the
Yeah.
ultimate being.
Yeah. Because that he unleashed that dragon, and the dragon and him combined bodies, and that's how he was left off. So that's the reason why they're both combined together.
It was just his head and his belly, and they had
Yeah.
some argument too, which was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah. These group of episodes are pretty fun. They kind of have like a lot of movie references and things like that too. Cause well, this one is like Fantastic Four-ish.
Thousand
Um,
percent.
we go and then Shredder was the villain. Splinter was the villain. Was Splicer.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good, man. These whole series of episodes, like I think it's from 19 to 23.
Yeah.
Like what is that? 4 episodes, 5 episodes? Oh my god,
I
it's
actually say
so
the
good.
last from here on now, like they're all pretty like really good episodes.
Oh yeah, from here on out, it's like the red carpet to the
Yeah.
fucking finale. You know,
Yeah.
it's super dope.
Episode
But
20. What, you want any more on 19?
I was just gonna sum up all these episodes together. You know what I mean? We don't even have to go verbatim. It's just literally every single one of these turtles goes into an alternate
Yeah.
universe. You know what I
So
mean? But you can continue.
yeah.
That's
So
all I was gonna say.
across the universe is Raphael's story. Across the universe is because Ultimate Drago pretty much his time late, Raphael finds himself in an alternate reality of a planet racers. This right down Raph's alley until the alley turns into a dead end and he's heading right for it. So pretty much this was like death race.
Yeah. But what I love about each individual episodes, though, it all starts off the same.
Yeah,
It was to the point like the second episode started, right? So this is episode 20 that we're talking about.
yeah.
I rewound it, like, yo, did I go back?
I
Like,
did the same thing.
did something mess up here?
I
You know
did the
what I mean?
same thing
Like,
and I realized it.
but as soon as that happened, I was like, oh, okay, this is where we're going now. Like, Michelangelo went into that world. Now, Raphael's going into this world, which is like Death Race. Yeah, and
Yeah,
then what was the name of that guy? Fucking Bandit?
yeah,
Yeah, that was his name, right?
yeah,
Yeah. So, but like, no, continue because it all sums up at the end.
yeah. The next one, I guess, I think this one's one of my favorite episodes, and this is the one I was kind of telling you that has a very Last Ronin vibe to it. The same
Yes,
as it never was.
100%. This was exactly what I feel Last Ronin like represents.
Yeah. So same as it ever was. Ultimate Draco again. Same thing with the time travel. Donatello's tour of the alternate reality, and it's not pretty. It's one of the possible futures, a horrible nightmare. The Shredder is all powerful. So they lost their Donatello in this world, and they lost Splinter, right?
Yeah, Splinter was gone. Splinter
And
was
then
murdered.
Leonardo lost his sight. Raphael lost an eye. Leonardo lost his sight, and Mikey lost an arm. And you see
Yeah,
old lady April and everything like that. This had like all like
every
Last
essence
Ronin
of
vibes.
the Last Ronin in it.
Yeah.
1,000%. It was so good, such a
Yeah.
good episode, and I was happy that it pertained to Donatello because I wanted Donatello to be the last Ronin.
Yeah.
So,
I
and everybody
yeah.
go and check out that series, please. That
Yes.
comic series because that comic series is phenomenal.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We go to 22 and 23, which is a two-parter. This is Leonardo's time to go into his little time travel, and he goes in the world of my boy Usagi Yojimbo.
Usagi Jimbo.
I actually really enjoy these episodes because they did take a lot from the comic books of Usagi and added into this, and I thought it was kind of cool. Without the sake drinking, because that's the only thing that was missing. Like Usagi drinks a lot of sake. Everybody
Now,
goes to drink sake.
what I really loved of this episode is that he was actually there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Where everybody else was in like a multiverse You know what I mean? That wasn't really real to our realm.
Yes.
Yusaki Yojimbo, we already know and have an insight to his world.
Yeah, and they
So
met it
he
before.
actually went to his world. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He actually went there, and it bled back in. So like and I love Yosagi Ojimbo for this. No matter what, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got you into this." He's like, "Nah, we're friends, bro. I got you." You know what I mean? He's
Yes.
like, "We're riding this to the end." And the fact that like they got blipped back together, so this is when everything started bleeding back. You
Yes.
know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it was Leo that tried to project his energy to call onto his brothers. So every single one of these episodes, in mid episode, they started twitching like sort of like Michael J. Fox
Yeah.
in Back to the Future. How
Yeah.
he started like disappearing and like he would flicker every now and then because his reality is starting to fade from whatever multiverse he's in. But Leo didn't have enough energy to do it. You know what I mean? So it's like it tied in every single episode, and it's genius writing, man.
Yeah.
Everything that happened in these episodes is phenomenal. I
Yeah.
loved it.
And I like the little style of art change into it because it kind of made it more a little bit more cartoony in his world. I'm a
It's
big
very
fan of
Japanese.
the
The
huh.
very Japanese Yosagi
Yeah.
Yojimbo's universe.
So I'm a diehard Usagi fan. I've been reading his comics since I don't even remember how long I've been reading his book. I have all his comics. Um, the one thing I like is they actually added some of the side characters of his comic too. I like the character Jin, which is the rhino with the missing horn, because he's all about money. Like whatever you want him to
He's
do,
like,
you gotta pay him.
I ain't doing this shit for free.
Yeah, exactly. But I was like,
Are you
I
gonna
was
feed
happy
me?
to see a lot of the characters, some of the characters from the comic book of Usagi Yojimbo into that. And then I think they portrayed Usagi fucking badass in this as well. So I love Usagi in this series.
I like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed these episodes very
Yeah.
much. And then it goes to that last one
Now we got
of
one
this.
more. We got Bishop's Gambit. So Bishop is back and making his move. His research demands a mutant specimen closer to a human, a rat, Master Splinter. Bishop kidnaps Master Splinter and moves to finish the creation of the genetic enhanced super soldiers.
Yes, but when did so this was uh the other episode with Yosagio ended in a cliffhanger.
Yes.
Right? So this,
So it ended with Master Splinter as the prisoner.
yeah, and he used his power like I need you, my sons,
Yeah,
more
yeah.
than ever. I need you now, and then brought everybody back, which was how every single episode ended was them blipping back.
Yes.
But then we didn't know where they were going; they were just blipping.
Yes. And then the final two, the Exodus.
Yeah,
Splinter receives a vision of his master Yoshi and a mission. He must stop Shredder. Time is running out. He doesn't know how to explain to his son, but they need no explanation. They're with their father to be the bitter end.
I can't
Um,
ask you to do this, my sons.
yes.
Like, no, we already know what time it is. We're ready to sacrifice. This is what we're here for.
Shredder looks fucking sick.
Yeah, he built a whole new suit and everything.
I think like going into
And
the
this is when
'03
they beat the
series.
fuck out of him. They
Yeah.
beat the fuck out of him, and then the world finally realized that he wasn't real.
Yeah.
This is when Hun, whatever his name is, realized that Shredder was not a fucking person the entire time.
Yeah. The
You know what I
only
mean?
one I
Like
knew was
it was
Karai.
cool to, yeah. Well, Karai's his
Yeah.
daughter, even though it's not, but it is at the
Yeah.
same time. But yeah, no, that whole episode was super dope. And this is when this is so Lex Luthor as well because he's hosting an event, and I was saying this earlier.
Yeah.
He's hosting an event, and he's like, "I'm leaving everything to my daughter. She's fully capable of doing everything." And the Turtles is like, that shit ain't happening, bro." You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And Bishop as well, and fucking Baxter, and that little other dude that was part of it.
Yeah.
And then they beat the fuck out of him, and so they did like the backup plan where it's like the aircraft chamber opened up and mad people started falling in and dying. You know how many people died in this series, bro?
Yeah. It was a
Mad
lot.
people died. I saw civilians die, get thrown off of bridges, off of fucking buildings. Fell in this crate, fucking bro. It was crazy. Like you saw a table and like 4 people fall into it. I was just
Yeah.
like, how is this for kids, man? But that's
um,
Fox for you, then.
and then Shredder was building. Shredder was leaving Earth in a spaceship and his own construction, intends upon wreaking havoc on the Ultrons and the galaxy. But he's taken on someone unwanted passengers, and they're not about to let Shredder get away. So this is the final mission. This is the Shredder. The Turtles get into the spaceship with Splinter. They all ready to fight. They have this
They're
big
all ready to
battle.
die.
Yeah, and they're all willing to
They're
risk their
all
life
ready
to
to
it.
die.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
man. It's a lot to ask for from a teenager, man. You know what I mean? What
Yeah,
teenager nowadays would do that shit? Nobody. Maybe
but
maybe one or two.
it was really cool seeing Splinter join the fight with the Turtles and just seeing the whole style and everything like that. And then Shredder just being fucking evil as shit. I think honestly, I think by the time we end this '03, I think Shredder is probably number one, close
Better.
to 2012. But I think this one was just straight out evil. Like I like the fact that
Oh,
because he was an Ultron, he didn't give a fuck about honor. He didn't give a fuck about anyone. He
man,
I think he cared
fuck
about
these
Karai a
children.
little bit.
He used the fuck out of her, bro.
Yeah, he liked her a little
He
bit.
used her
He's like,
a little bit.
yeah,
She's loyal. She's loyal.
but yeah,
This was super cool because like right as the so I remember it was Baxter Stockman with his little fucking Jurassic Park fucking Wayne Knight moment. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
because they were shooting all the nuclear weapons off the Earth to blow this ship up. So finally, like a couple got through. So they had enough to get out of the range.
yeah,
And then they were like, all right, fuck this, we're gonna blow up the whole ship. And then all of a sudden, the episode ends,
yeah,
and you think that they're dead, right? Like this is the end of the episode.
yeah,
And then what ended up happening was the Triceratons, right?
yeah.
Or the Ultron, whatever
The Utans.
the Utans.
Yeah,
They like 30 seconds before that got a hint of what was going on
yeah,
because the professor who got killed like 3 times in this season, might I add, set the signal. He took over the ship, but
yeah,
didn't have enough power to control it, but was able to get the signal out. So what the Ultrons pulled some real like cosmic being type of shit, froze everybody in time before the ship blew up, and then beamed them to where they were,
yeah,
where Shredder stood trial,
yep,
and Karai and Hans stood trial and shit like that.
yep. So he got sent to a frozen planet with no suit
It wasn't a
whatsoever.
planet; it was an asteroid
Yeah,
floating around a planet. It was an ice. It was
yeah.
a
It was
piece
just
of
a big
ice,
ice cube.
and he just no get my revenge.
He might be really cold. He's just a
I
brain.
don't know, man. I feel like he's cold blooded, so he probably adapted to that shit. You know what I mean? And if you know it, you hear of people in like avalanches. They say to keep you in an avalanche, you dig yourself an area inside where you are, so your body heat at least heats up the room. So he probably did that. He nestled himself in there somewhere.
Just shakes himself in.
But the amount of shit he was talking when he was
Yeah,
standing trial, like "fuck you guys, I don't give a shit, kill
exactly.
every one of you, you can't even move." He's just like this little small little fucking thing that if he didn't have his body, he really wouldn't accomplish anything. You know what I
But
mean?
that was
He's like
his master
he's like
plan.
the black sheep of them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And everybody go and check out like those original episodes of how he became the Shredder.
yeah. In
Because
season,
those were epic episodes in season what 2?
yeah,
That
season
was.
two. Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
that's our ending of season three. If you give it 1 to 5, what you give season three?
I don't know, 4.6.
I'll go four. I'll go 4.7. I'll go 4.75.
I think 4.6 is a good one, and the only reason why I say 4.6 is because I literally watched this season in 2 days, and there is still a couple of episodes that I forget even watching. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? And that's not necessarily the show. That's just my attention span and maybe how I watched it. that
Yeah.
it didn't resonate with me.
Yeah.
But this, by far, is one of the best seasons of animated Ninja Turtles that I've seen up to this moment in time.
I agree. I do agree with that. I'm gonna go 4.75. I think it was a really great season. I think the way they structured it to all like combine together and just continue off each other from 17 all the way to the last episode was fucking great. The first 6 episodes were a blast as well. And I liked a lot of the little side things with the superheroes and like the Turtle Titan episode with the Nobody and things like that. So I really enjoyed the season. I think again, I agree with this probably being the best season we have seen so far.
As of this moment, about Venom yawning, as of this moment in time in the animated world of Ninja Turtles. Now, keep in mind we have seen Turtles Forever,
Yes.
which we jumped the gun on that one.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
because
mean?
it was a
We
movie.
we, we went in the cinematic order, and like I got privy to information that I shouldn't have at that time. You know what I mean? Which we should have watched this season before
Yeah,
that.
I agree
It's
with
all
that.
good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Because the you finding out Shredder was an Ultron yeah, it was a crane.
It
It
was the
was yeah.
it was because of Turtles Forever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
But
yeah, this was a great series. I recommend everyone to check this out. Paramount has it. They have the whole series of this. So if you actually want to follow or just watch with us, it's on there. So definitely check it out.
yeah,
Um,
I agree.
I guess we'll wrap this up. This is the Shell Shock podcast. We'll be back for season 4. And
I'm
yeah.
excited.
So
I'm thoroughly excited.
yes.
So
So
do the rundown, sir.
yeah, yeah. So I'm Mark the Mike. You can follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch. Or Mark the Mike. Follow my TikTok, Mark the Mike. I've been posting a lot of figures and beers and everything like that. So check that out. It's getting some followers, so I guess people like it. So yeah,
I mean,
check that out.
I like it. This is dope as hell to me. You know what I mean? Toys and
Oh
beer,
yeah.
can't go wrong.
Also should follow by second link on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and WordPress. They have a WordPress. A lot of his game videos are on there as well on the YouTube. He did Street Fighter 6. He did no, actually no, he didn't do Street Fighter 6. He did this Dino. I forgot the name of it, but he's been doing Resident Evil 4. He's been doing a lot of other games that he's been on this channel. So definitely check it out when you get a chance. Shout outs to Louis Beans, our producer. He does a lot of those gameplays as well. Shout outs. Follow Tenacious T. Just follow him.
Yes, you can follow me on my Instagram page, the Real Tatsu Wap. Um, it's just my page. I don't really even post on it too much ever since I was hacked on my other page, which you can still follow me on my other page on Tatsu Wap because I did get it back. Um, But also go and check out the Pop 20 podcast. It's me, my boy Sriracha, my boy Straw Hat TY, and the Merc with the Mic. It's all everything to do with pop culture. It's just a breakdown of everything that we like. If we want to talk about the Dark Side of the Moon, we will. If we want to talk about fucking Godzilla, we will. You can go and check that out. Check out the Pop 20 1975 Instagram page. Also check out the Pop 20 1975 TikTok page. Also check out Straw Hat TY's Instagram page of Tyler's underscore Lose, Loseee. He's very avid on there. He's a big anime person. So if you guys are into anime, you guys would like all his stuff. You can also check out the Pop Pony podcast on Spotify and SoundCloud. Hopefully on YouTube pretty soon. We're also trying to get some merchandise out there. So go and check that out. Always a shouts out to Game On, a retro video game store based out of Long Island, at 3 separate locations, and one in Miller Place, one in Smithtown, one in Patchogue, satisfying all your retro video game needs. Also, shouts out to Game On, retro video game arcade, located in Smith Haven Mall in Lake Grove. Awesome time. We've been there a couple of times. Fucking dope.
Go play the Turtles
Tristan, who
arcade game.
owns, hell yeah. Tristan, who's the owner of all this, keeps implementing more things and tournaments and everything like that. Also, right down the road is Retro Relics and Time Warp, which you can get lost in that place. So go and check out that. All located on Long Island, and yeah, that's about it.
All right. Shouts out to my number artist, Drugs and Demons. He's
Yeah.
a big Turtle fan, so I give a shout out to him
Shouts
as
out
well.
to the Max. I ain't shouted out to the Max in a minute.
There you
Shouts
go.
out to the Max, baby.
All right. Peace out, laters, and always remember.
wait, go
Splinter
and
was
check out our
alright
other
this season,
podcast.
so there's no more fucks
Yo,
to Splinter. Splinter's
Splinter's the
actually pretty
best.
badass.
But go and check out the Morphin Cast. Go and
Yes.
check out the Gamer Rage podcast. Go and check out Shell Shock. And obviously, you're already listening to Shell Shock. So go and check out all that, please.
And
And
go ahead.
your weekly
Yeah,
podcast
our
that we
weekly
get together
podcast of
and
the it's Guest But Extra
the
podcast
wrestling
and
babble.
the Wrestling Babble. Peace
Can't
out,
forget these,
leaders.
man. We always have to drop that.
And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Fuck Zordon.
And fuck Zordon. Because Splinter is actually cool. Oh shit, I knocked you out. Richard Jones. Wrong thing I went to.